Now a few words from our sponsors. I'm feeling kind of patriotic today. Welcome back to Fort Lauderdale on Ice. Adam Daniel Mezei is my name, PMD. Producer of Marketing and Distribution, PMDforHire.com. I like how that rings. Let's do it like in 3 shots. PMD, Producer of Marketing and Distribution, PMDforHire.com. Of course, you know this person right over here, don't you? Not bad. Independent film was the last bastion of true creativity. Now, it's always been the case. It's been the case probably since, let's say, the late 60s or the early 70s, when independent films, as we know independent films, the Roger Cormans of the world, the John Cassavetes of the world, the Robert Altmans of the world, this kind of thing was true independent film at its very best. Unfortunately, filmmaking, of course, as we know, has become a cash flow operation strictly to pay off the losses of the large corporations like NBC Universal, Sony, Fox, Viacom, Disney, this kind of, or Paramount, of course, any of these organizations. They use all of their large blockbuster movies to pay off losses for their other investments that they have around the world in a variety of different industry sectors. I'm learning a lot about other things, bits and pieces that I really didn't know in Edward J. Epstein's The Hollywood Economist, which is a great book that I learned about, of course, by reading Ted Hope's blog. I didn't know about this book before, but I really enjoy Edward J. Epstein's writing style. And the guy is prolific. He has a list of at least, I think, 15 or other books that he's written in the past that I absolutely cannot wait to get to the bottom of. My kind of writer writes in a very Spartan kind of a way and delivers the message in an impactful wallop sort of a way. Independent film is the last bastion of true creativity. I don't know if most people realize this, but I'll just make the announcement now because I'm sure people in the know and the people that watch this blog are fully aware of the ramifications of the things they do the minute they step inside a film theater. But for instance, did you know that the best invention to hit the movie houses, the cinema houses, the multiplexes that you love frequenting, the best invention for the movie house? Take a wild guess. I'll give you 2 seconds. You know what it is? It's the plastic ring that you have usually on the right side of your seat, of your plush, comfortable seat. Not stadium seating, by the way. Not seats that are 14 inches elevated one from the next in a true stadium angle style. No, no, no. We're talking about a more flat situation. In any event, that little plastic cup holder off on the right side of your chair, that's the best thing that multiplex owners and other conglomerates love. Why? Because you can put your drink down and you don't have to worry about somebody kicking it over or it falling down and like wetting your seat, saving time so that you don't have to bring cleaners in and have to wipe up the messes. Guess what? You can go run to the concession stands and buy even more. You know another great invention that hit the multiplexes? Take a wild guess. Time up? Salt. That's right, common table salt. If you apply enough salt to the popcorn that people buy, chances are they're going to be coming back to buy another drink, and probably when they hit the concession stand, they'll buy some candy, they'll buy some chocolate, and they'll buy probably another bag of popcorn. Margins for concession stand materials and for concession stand items, usually 80%. 80% of the gross revenue is kept by the multiplex. They love concessions. They love salt. They love plastic ring holders. Another thing I learned, did you ever realize why some multiplex houses have a maximum of 299 seats as opposed to 300? Because at least in the United States, if you're a member of the, I guess it is the MPAA, the theatrical, the Multiplex Owners Association of the MPAA, if you have 300-person seat capacity in your theater, you have to provide a ramp for disabled people. And that, of course, takes up, I think, anywhere between 3 feet or more width in the actual room. Seats that you could actually install to bring in more bums and more paying customers. Therefore, most multiplexes will have a maximum capacity of 299. And if you ask the manager, the theater owner, they'll probably tell you that. Most people aren't aware of those things. But those are the things that I'm learning about as I'm going through The Hollywood Economist, Edward J. Epstein's book. Really fascinating stuff. I'm going to just flip through the pages here because I'm really curious about something that I forgot to mention. Bear with me just a moment here. Moving right along. There's a lot of interesting bits in here about how contracts are actually formed, and why people like Arnold Schwarzenegger are so savvy at making as much money as he does when he actually signs the various contracts that he does. Another interesting bit that I had mentioned the other day, of course, was the fact that the average Hollywood blockbuster in 2007 was made for $106 million. $106 million. $40 million of which was devoted for marketing and distribution. I mentioned this yesterday on Video Blog 197. Marketing and distribution. Most independent films don't even think about marketing and distribution, let alone earmark money from production funds, from the production budget for marketing. Get it? By the way, it's the Association of Theater Owners, and the Association of Theater Owners, of course, they have to obtain a rating from the board of the MPAA, the Motion Picture Association of America. In order to be a member of the Association of Theater Owners, that means you have to have rating from the MPAA. That means your theaters have to be in accordance with MPAA standards. Fascinating book. It won't take you long to read. The copy is really nice. It's kind of just nice and thin, and it reads really well. Edward J. Epstein really writes in a very accessible style. I'm grateful to have read it. And I'm really excited about going down to Sundance, Park City, Utah. It is going to be so much fun. I'm probably going to be dressing like most of the time, just like I'm dressing here on Fort Lauderdale on Ice. I'm going to be dressing in my Canada shirts. I'm going to be dressing in my other swag. I'm going to be dressing like a student. I love it. It's great. It's fantastic. I haven't been dressing like this for years. Now I'm back doing it on a full-time basis. Anyway, once more, if you haven't checked out this particular site, might be interesting to check out some of the creations there. I've had a couple of inquiries from independent filmmakers that want to use a couple of pieces as props on their set. Interesting stuff. Advertising pays. Thanks again for watching. Wishing you the very best of things.